Hey guys, it's Will. In this video, we're going to be going over CTM stock in a full overview of what's in store for the company. Now, defense companies are a main focus. We were trading Big Bear recently, had a really nice run. We saw it pull back. That's been an interesting one. Now, before I get into CTM stock here, I want to just address some interesting stuff I saw online. There's this Reddit community called Castellum Inc. underscore CTM. And personally, I really like CTM. I've been covering it for a while. I didn't know until today that somebody mentioned it. They dropped this video. They said they found it from the video and they found it very, very helpful. One thing that I wanted to do is just go over some of the comments. While I do appreciate critical feedback, I found some of it to be quite interesting. So someone says, followed his channel for a while, came to learn he's a shiller. One day he bears a stock, the next he bulls it. One thing to consider is that it's not that I'm bearing or bowling stocks. It's very, very rare that on my channel I'm going to say, if you buy this, you're going to be a millionaire. Get in before it's too late. If you miss this, you're going to be broke or what have you. We don't do that. So I'm not a bearer or a bowler. A lot of times we're just the facts. Are the facts sometimes that the stock had a bearish day? Yes. And sometimes it has a bullish day? Yes. And what led to that? Yes. But always here he says, we always have facts. Then he says, the same repetitive info and overview, he twists either direction for a trade, and then next time it's the opposite of previous. He's a trader who uses a channel for manipulation and sponsoring his own product. Now, I don't use my channel for any manipulation, and I don't know if you mean manipulation that I move the market. I guess it's possible that if there's a person that's watching that has institutional amounts of capital, we're talking, hundreds of millions of dollars, then yes, there could be some manipulation. But I would find that the alternative to that would be to not cover the stock and not give people the opportunity to find it. And when we talk about CTM, so much of what I go into is like based around the intrinsic values, not the momentum. One of the biggest things I talk about is how there's not hype articles, and that's why I like it, how most people aren't talking about the stock and why that's valuable, and how you want to avoid pump and dumps. There was this video we did the other day where every single stock we turned down and how we focused on the financials. Someone said, I don't think he knows how to look at the SEC filings. I look at the SEC filings almost every other video. Like, it's very common. The other thing that he says here, he uses his channel for manipulation. Not true. There's no time that I've ever bought a stock and said, if I make a video about it, then everybody's going to talk about it and it's going to go up for me. I don't think that at all. I think about it being a piece of information and value that people can be able to make a better either buying or selling decision, to be not necessarily what to buy or that they should buy or that they should sell, but to have all the information that they can to be able to make an educated decision and to be able to have all of the variables that go into that decision. He also says, and sponsoring his own product. Well, I find my product to be your product. The main thing about our product, and so much of the value is coming down, like let's say Stockmate. Stockmate is built up of investors and traders that most of the amazing trades that we have come in are as a result of the researchers in our product. Does the product cost money? Yes, it does. But the type of research that investors come out with and the learning materials and what people share is highly valuable. And then the other thing he says, just sponsoring his own products. I mean, when it comes to our app, for example, Mercatus, yeah, this is an excellent app that I believe will serve people in a really great way. And to sell something, you say, oh, he's just a car salesman or what have you. I don't know. Hey, to sell is to serve. Did you know that sell comes the Latin word serve? I believe that if I help enough people get what they want in life, I can have everything I want in my life. And so
the intentions, which you don't know, and I don't know any intention. I don't know the intention behind the post. I don't know. I can't judge you. I don't know. It's not my interest to. But I could tell you that the focus that we have in these stocks or how we build the software is to provide you value and serve you so that you can build in valuable projections and be able to get the analysis. And hey, I spent a significant amount of time developing these products and making them valuable for you. And so I would, in that, I believe that if they are valuable, there will be compensation. And that's part of what motivates me too in the serving to be able to serve greater and make even better tools. And so let's continue. If you're a trader, follow him. If you're a trader, don't follow me. It's not about following me. It's about getting the information for you to build goals for yourself that when you're setting goals, you're setting goals the right way with the right information. That's what it's about. It's about increasing the knowledge and that taking of the action. It's not about following me, what I buy, what I sell. It's about learning how to make the investments. If you're a long-term investor, take in what he has to say with more than a grain of salt. But buy once, hold for whatever time you got in your game plan, then sell. Okay, if you're a long-term investor, first of all, you're not going to sell. Most likely you're going to buy, and you're going to hold, and you're going to add to your position and everything else. Now, I don't have anything to say about the specific person. I actually really appreciate the comment. And all these types of Reddit posts or things like that, in general, things on social media, there's always going to be some negativity. I totally get that. For those of you wondering, pretty sure one was deleted. I never delete videos. So I don't delete videos. And just trying to shill for own interest through his followers, sell his business in live sessions, to each their own. Personally, you don't follow my agenda. Hey, all power to you. And I have no desire to change your mind. He's a car salesman at best. Okay. One day selling you a rust bucket, then the next day want to buy it back cheaper. Yeah. Well, what we do is not a commodity. It's based on creativity. Nothing new was said. No recent insider selling. Really a pointless video. I understand where you're coming from. Did you watch the whole video? That's the question. So guys, I share this to jump into CTM and hopefully it's helpful for you. And I also share this just so that you guys know where I stand on these things. I understand most things on social media are fake. Most things on social media will not give you real value. And no, I'm not just a trader. I also do short-term, long-term trades as well. The past month, I mean, these are some of the returns we've seen. We got Black Skies up 50%, AMD's 40%. We've been calling it out. Microsoft 20, Nvidia 23. Now CTM is at the support level. The best thing about CTM is that they have really good financials. They're starting to build the growth and they're starting to expand their government contracts. Some of the contracts they have, like for example, their $160 million contract, or what was it? Was it 160 or 105, $103 million contract they signed here? This was really important for their growth. A couple of reasons why. $103 million contract over 5.5 years, which equates to, let's do it. So 103 divided by 5.5. So $18 million a year divided by 4 is about $4.6 million per quarter. So on the financial side of things, that's going to be good. The revenue is going to hold steady, most likely. You do see some taping off on the revenue, so we'll have to monitor to see how they continue.
the net income did drop. And then one thing to note on their balance sheet, their assets increased, but their total liabilities still stayed below that 17 or $18 million total liability mark in 2024. So things were looking good, and they reduced their debt even more in that last quarter. So why is it important to watch them right now? One of the things we have here is this rising support level at 82 cents. Then you have 87 cents, you got 90 cents, and $1 a share. Then you have $1 a share here. What we're looking at for next targets, couple resistance levels to watch. One of the close resistance levels is going to be right here. You got resistance at about 115 here. It's at a level where it is at a previous resistance right now. You can see this right here at $1.05, $1.05, $1.05. And what we're looking for essentially is this trend to make its way up into here. It's about a 6% swing. And then continuation of trend would be about an 18% swing. And then if we do get to see the continuation of the overall trend that we've seen basically since January, then that would be even more favorable. We're talking about a 50 to 70% increase potential on CTM. And that's really what we would be looking for. That's kind of like towards the long-term target that looks favorable. Now, one thing to note though is on their recent news, while they have a new subsidiary and they have done some public offerings, they still haven't had any real big new contracts since April. So possibly we see some new revenue show up, but just keep that in mind that not always do they announce it, but we definitely want to see some new contracts roll in there for CTM because that's the type of catalyst we'd like to see that could push them. Regardless, with that contract of $18 million a year, and then they have some other contracts with the $40 million per quarter essentially. So that puts them at, what does that put them? So quarterly about, $40 million a year, excuse me, and a market cap of under 100 million. That looks really good for them on the balance sheet and continuing to see the growth. That's what we're going to look for in the near term. So again, we'll be watching to see if they hold this overall uptrend here around $1.10. And I appreciate any comments you guys have on CTM, any new information that you had. Someone said it seems repetitive. Well, a lot of what we do is based on, the moves that have been made in the past few days. And if you don't want to see that, by all means, you don't have to watch the content. In fact, if somebody comments something like, they're upset about the thing because I did it again. And okay, well, first of all, don't watch it. Second of all, if you comment that and you didn't actually do your research or you didn't comment something that's actually a source for something that contradicts the thing that we shared in the video, which would be helpful and I would click through, then don't comment. Because some people comment, they got -5 subscribers or nothing on their subscriber base, which is fine. It doesn't mean that they, maybe Mark Cuban has a YouTube channel, he's got no subscribers or what have you. People sometimes have no subscribers, but they got no profile pic, no subscribers. Their username is Galaxy447, and then they say, oh, you're wrong. That is terrible advice. And it's okay, what article do you have that you could share? Do you understand why that's so important to have a little bit of some substance in that? So I do appreciate that. And guys, I hope that there wasn't too much negative connotation. It's just someone said he's a car salesman at best, something like that. I don't know if you guys know, but we've been offered sponsorships. I'm not a shiller. We've been offered sponsorships in the tens of thousands of dollars per month that we said no to because they don't meet our integrity. I could pull up some emails even. What was it? It was Moo, this company that has had some times where people haven't been able to even withdraw their money and it turns into betting or something like that. And they offered me a lot of money and I said no, but what happens when you go over to YouTube and you search, for example, Moo, or you search trading or Moo from someone? Let's take a look. All these people warning things you need to know. They're promoting it. Why are all these people shilling it? All these people right here, they're shilling it. I'm not just saying like one individual person. It's all over the internet, right? $150 a day using Moomoo or what have you. This is the best investing app of 2025 and all this. There's a lot of research that's shown that people have been kind of scammed and not been able to get their money out. Why are they paying all this money for all these people to make videos about it and promote it? And I'm not doing that because I care about the integrity of the platforms that we use. And the other thing is, someone say like, well, what about that time when Robinhood didn't sell or didn't allow you to buy GameStop and it only allowed you to sell? That was not a Robinhood thing. That was a brokerage wide. It was Schwab. It was E-Trade. It was Vanguard. It was Robinhood. It was Webull. All of the brokerages saw that issue, and the number one way, like according to SEC rules, that you have to deal with it when you have people using very high amounts of margin and investing heavily into one stock with unprecedented volume and things like that, is you do make it so that you're only able to sell, so that you don't have massive over leverage in the markets or things like that. So the reason that they did that was not because they chose to, it was because they had to do that. And also, when it comes to Robinhood in that GME move, or like the GameStop thing where people could only sell, what was the alternative? That they do nothing and just lock down the stock completely, and then all the other brokerages allow you to only sell, so then you're stuck holding GameStop as it tanks 100% because the brokerage locked it up completely? They couldn't make it so you could buy, so they made it you could only sell. It was actually the only logical thing they could do. And imagine if they made it so you couldn't sell either. Then you'd be at total risk of tanking an investment. So it was the best way they could have handled it. So that's why we have the Robinhood sponsorship. And Robinhood, you guys might see ads sometimes with my face on Robinhood. And I have a partnership with Robinhood that is of integrity and that I find to be favorable for them and me. And you can find those ads as well. If we go to Facebook ads, let's see, can we find it? Ad library? Should we try and find an ad from Robinhood? There we go. So they've been running some ads here. There's a lot of different ads they have, so I could scroll through for a very long time here to try and find their ads. But whoa, yeah, they have so many ads. It's crazy. So I don't know if I could even find the ads that we're running. But they're running some ads there, and part of the reason why I find that to be exciting and why I share that with you is because they actually found the trading and investing that I do to be of integrity too. And the other thing is, everybody says that I'm an AI in this ad. It's so funny. And I'm not an AI in this ad. I didn't. All the comments are like AI, AI. I'm not an AI. It's so funny. Anyway, I really appreciate you all. This had a little bit more of a nuance today on addressing some of these things. I find it's important to make it clear with you guys on my intentions, because sometimes people don't understand. I have over 100 videos on YouTube, and if you like well over that, I think we're even approaching 1,000. And you don't have to enroll in StockMate or buy my products or anything like that in order to get value. You know, like I said, we have all these videos on YouTube, and they're absolutely free. We even have full playlists or courses on some of these things. Like if you want to learn technical trading, there's a playlist. We teach all the technicals and everything else for free on YouTube. So I'm not here to, you know, gatekeep information. Much of what we share is actually common values, like value investing, and then boiling it down to only trading valuable stocks. And much of what we do is based on only trading stocks of integrity. And so when somebody says what they say without really watching the videos or understanding, it does not frustrate me at all, because I have no desire to like try and change their mind. But people, there's this quote that it says, It says, we must view with profound respect. Thomas Lounsbury, we were just doing his quote this morning. We must view with profound respect the infinite capacity of the human mind to resist the inroads of useful knowledge. There's a lot of people that have the information right in front of them, and they resist it. And so I tell you this so that you know, like, we don't cover stocks with any other agenda, as was mentioned in that Reddit post, than to provide value and help you make better decisions and have more solid information around investing and trading. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for tuning in. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. Do consider subscribing. And yes, if you want to join us in our daily live trading, it's the second link in the description for Stockmates. You get the targets for the upcoming week, as well as, maybe this is a scam, but hey, you can tell me, knowing when the companies are reporting pre-market and after hours, and not only that, the different catalysts that are coming with those companies. So you know when they're reporting, what could potentially lead to some of the moves that they make from the current price, the price targets, everything else. There's also a pre-ChatGPT book in there, 70 plus lessons on how to invest in quantum, AI, space, and tech stocks available for you. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.